Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where entertainment is what I do. And today I think I am going to be combining the best of two segments today. I am going to combine recommended reading with Recast T'challa. And as y'all know from yesterday's video, I am 100% convinced that the powers that be are not going to recast T'Challa. They haven't even acknowledged that there's a Recast T'Challa movement. Therefore, I'm past recast. If we get a recast, cool, I'm with that. But until then, we boycotting everything MCU. All right, I ain't fucking with the MCU at all. Period. Point blank. Come talk to me about MCU. I'm a speak a different language. Yeah, we ain't doing that. Now, before I show you what we are gonna get into, I need y'all to do what y'all do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new alerts come, you get them and you can check this material out. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to the page so we can grow. Fantastic Four, number 52. Iconic and super valuable. If you could not tell from the cover, this is the first ever appearance of the Black Panther. Why is it important? Because you're not going to get to see a cinematic version of T'Challa anymore. The powers that be have decided that there is not going to be any more T'Challa in the cinematic universe and have decided to kill him off. Therefore, in sort of a commemorative way, as well as an entertaining way and an educational way, because it's what I do, I'm bringing you Fantastic Four, number 52, to wonder and peruse. The Black Panther. And I love how he's up on the equipment there looking down on him. Classic issue featuring art by the amazing Jack King Kirby and scripted by Stan the Man Lee. Rest in peace, both of y'all. This is the character that they saw was needed in the Marvel Universe. When we joined them, Reed Richards is flying Ben and Sue around in an aircraft that has been given to him by none other than an African chieftain known as the Black Panther. That's how T'Challa do. He don't send you gifts like food. He don't send you gifts like clothing. He send you a whole ship to fly around in. And there are kind of some racist tropes dropped, but I mean, this was 1966. What do you expect? You're gonna get a few Tarzan references. He wonders how the Black Panther got possession of such a ship. Ignorance on Reed Richards' part, huh? And as they head back to the Baxter building, there is one of T'Challa's people. And I don't really care for how they drew Black people gray. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, I guess coloring hadn't advanced to that level where they could actually give Black people a Black color. But this is the first presence of many technological advancements that T'Challa will either give or loan to the Fantastic Four. Ben Grimm is airsick. Really? A guy who used to be a test pilot is airsick. Okay, yeah, moving on. And Reed's tripping on the fact that in an African nation, they got all of this advanced technology. And he is contacting his chieftain in Wakanda. The gray black man is. I'm going to assume that he is either a war dog of some sort, or he's like what's his name, Amoro, who works at the Wakandan consulate. Otherwise, what's a Wakandan guy doing hanging out with the Fantastic Four? Oh, because his chief told him to. And he communicates to him courtesy of cosmic waves, is what that said. And there he is, the enthroned figure of him who rules the Wakandas. Oh, look at that fella. He's got a pistol. Okay. Everybody ain't just throwing spears. See what I'm saying? They was armed, ready to rock and roll. Y'all want some problems? They're going to solve them. And now this shall be the greatest hunt of all. Up jumps T'Challa. Let the totem be up and let the ritual begin. I like how they drew men with no nipples, no nipples on their chest. He just got a chest with no nipples on it. Gotcha. The time has come for the Black Panther to stalk once more. Interesting side note, there was a 1990s, early 90s, mid 90s, 93, 94, around the same time the X-Men cartoon came out. There was a very comic book accurate animated Fantastic Four series. Arguably, I would say the best animated Fantastic Four series I have seen to date. Up jumps the Panther totem, and T'Challa's getting ready to hunt. Look, it's his uniform in there. He keeps everything in there. He said his stalking costume. Stalking. Is that what we called the habit before we started calling it a habit? It's a stalking costume. Got it. And there he is. Let the Fantastic Four come. The Black Panther shall greet them as they have never been greeted before. Yep, to Jack Kirby action sequences. Meanwhile, at Metro College, Johnny Storm is chilling with his roommate, Wyatt Wingfoot, who is a person of indigenous descent, indigenous American descent, as if you couldn't tell from the name. And Ben pops up to surprise young Johnny while he's studying. He looks real young there, doesn't he? Oh, his sis is there, so he's going to chill out. And Reed's there, so he's going to chill out. See, him and Ben got a very unique dynamic. Oh, a plane that flies with magnetic waves? We're going to Africa. All right, bet. Let's take off. I'm bored anyway. He's like, can I bring Wingfoot? Can I bring Wyatt? Watch how bringing Wyatt along figures into things. Wyatt sleeps very well, apparently. Meanwhile, in the Great Refuge, where Johnny Storm's girlfriend, Crystal, is at, because at this point in time, she's not married to Quicksilver yet. She hasn't even met him yet, let alone cheated on him. So she's still got eyes for Johnny. And here's Karnak basically getting ready to show him that he can chop that big old thing down. And of course he does. But why? Why can't I get us out of this dome? And all Crystal could think about is seeing Johnny again. He tried. He tried. No more, Karnak. No more. You'll break your hand. I remember in that Fantastic Four cartoon, a lot of this dialogue is that they used in the cartoon straight out of the comic. I love that. You know, if you never read the comic book, it's good dialogue. If you read the comic book, you're like, oh, look, it's comic book dialogue. So either way it goes, win-win. Take notes, people, from the MCU. And there is Maximus, because he's known as Maximus the Mad. He said, you'll never be free. And he's the one that erected the barrier that keeps all of the Inhumans enclosed in their great refuge. The irony that the secret to freeing them is locked in a madman's brain. And so they have to sit there. Karnak will never stop trying, even if he breaks his little hand. Meanwhile, in Wakanda, they see the Fantastic Four approaching. And the Fantastic Four approach, and he's kind of suspicious. Something's going on. Something's going on. I don't know what's going on, but something's going on. And Wyatt Wingfoot still sleeping. I like that bula bula headdress that T'Challa's attendant's wearing. And here they are landing in what we know to be a man-made jungle. And there go some of those world-famous Jack Kirby poses. And so the guy that brought him has done his job, and he is taking his leave. Oh, Ben tried to rip that whole platform up. What happened, Benji? It was a trap. Electric shock, waiting for whoever touched it. Wow. It's like, easy, big fella. Johnny Storm can hold up 500 pounds of rock. Well, support, kind of. Oh, well. But out of nowhere, he leaps down from the rafters and responds with, bam, take that. He forgot to tell y'all, I'm going to be hunting y'all. Y'all are the prey. Duck's definitely under Reed Richards' big old fist. Wyatt Wingfoot want to get involved, but they tell him not to. So Johnny Storm, with his world-famous flame on, is bringing the fun. And he said, let's see whether your blazing power can match my feline agility. Jack Kirby back in the day, wasn't nobody drawing it better. And traps Johnny in a fireproof chamber. 1 down, 3 to go. Asbestos door, vacuum blast, keeping him from building up any type of flame. Go T'Challa, go. Who's next? So he's just going to dip and hide. They got Wyatt Wingfoot tracking. Is that what he's doing? Oh my goodness. It's patently obvious that a superior intellect built this electronic jungle, and everything you touch might be a booby trap. Okay, got to learn what we're up against, the scientific approach. He's going to scout. They're going to stay together and not break up until they are shot with polarity guns, which drive them apart by way of magnetic anti-polarity beams. So it will be a lot easier to hunt them solo. And so she gets invisible, knowing that the Black Panther is stalking her. His senses are sharp as a jungle cat's. So she got to run. And he still take note. T'Challa is able to detect the presence of invisible people. And she's hoping that the generator drowns out the sound of her breathing. He's starting to turn around because when he can't hear her, he can always smell her. Jumps inside of her force field. He's that swift. He can jump inside of a force field before the force field wielder activates it. Note that. And gave her some sleep gas to go to sleep. 2 down, 2 to go. And Ben is enjoying a dangerous amount of devitalizing fluid. Devitalizing fluid? Devitalizing fluid that saps his strength just enough so that he can battle the thing hand to hand. And they go for it. They go at it. He can't pull it up, but he can still pop it. Bow! And they're engaging one another. And T'Challa keeps telling him, your skill isn't any match for mine. He keeps trying. That strength's coming back. But Ben Grimm has been immobilized by his own rage, hitting a device that immobilizes him. And now all T'Challa has to do is finish off Mr. Fantastic. Wyatt out here jumping on Wakandans. Observation post. See? Look what Wyatt's doing. Beating up multiple Wakandans. Wow. Sabotage. See, a lot going on besides fighting the Fantastic Four. It's the torch. Got to get my college roommate free. Meanwhile, future best friends square off in battle. He's going to lasso the Black Panther. Yeah, nice try. In total darkness, he can still see. Wow, he saw your jaw. Take that 1 piece. Wow, take that 2 piece. Woo, miss me. Ha ha, miss me, miss me. And you will pay for attacking the Fantastic Four. Turned on the lights just in time for Reed Richards to see. Your arms is trapped, player. And so the hunt ends. The Black Panther has won. No, he hasn't. Wyatt managed to free the Human Torch, and the Human Torch managed to free the rest of the Fantastic Four. Now, while T'Challa is able to take on the Fantastic Four solo with prep time, he would have to think up a new strategy to take them all on together. And as we learn, that's exactly what Wyatt did. The man without superpowers is the man who saved the day. He said he ain't gonna attack again because he saw what he needed to see. He said, I'll remove my mask now and tell you what this is all about. My mask, as we all know, ain't for concealment. And he shall explain why he is the hereditary chieftain of the Wakandas and perhaps the richest man in all of the world. He's going to explain why he did what he did. Next issue. Too bad we won't be there for it. Anywho, I brought y'all this special recommended reading because I want you to remember that T'Challa is a character who exists regardless of what the MCU wants to lead you to believe. Comics are comics, movies are movies. Keep it separate. Don't call the MCU the 616 when for years upon years we've been calling the comic book universe the 616. That's confusing. And I believe that Marvel Studios and Disney are being purposely confusing because they know typical moviegoers don't know anything about 616 universes in comic books. So they take that opportunity to confuse. They take that opportunity to befuddle. That keeps up conflict because you got people who don't know nothing about comic books trying to argue about comic books. And you got people who know about comic books trying to explain to the people that don't know about comic books that what you're watching on the screen is not how that character, that story originated. Give credit where credit is due. Were it not for comic books, you wouldn't have the movies you're watching today. Put some respect on comic book's name. What y'all think about this one? Yay, nay, maybe? Drop it in lay comments. And I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good to each other. Boycott, Black Panther, Wakanda forever. Peace.